What happened to me last week? No one wanted to sit at the front with me. I know, right? Like, don't you wonder why?
Yes.
Thank you. And you said
No.
no because you sat at the front with me before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
have
see.
to.
Yeah. I see. So here's the thing about that, though. I thought about that for a while, and then I thought, if I were you, I wouldn't want to come and sit at the front with me either. Truly. I mean, think about it. Look at all these people staring at you, and we're on camera. Yeah. And two things about that. Number one is, look at all these people staring at you because you were good enough to come to the front.
I'm famous.
You're what?
I'm famous.
Yeah, that is true. You're famous. But here's another thing about that, too. You guys all came to the front. None of them moved. They're all just sitting there in their seats. Why do you think that is?
They don't feel childlike.
They don't feel childlike. How can that be? Aren't we all children at heart?
Debatable. Yes.
Thank you. I got a yes and a debatable. All right. Okay. Who all feels childlike at heart out there?
Yo.
Why are you still in your seat then? Hello? Look at all this room here.
There's an entire stage.
Do you know why you don't want to sit at the front? Because you don't want to sit at the front. You don't want people sitting out there staring at you. You guys are very brave. You know that?
No.
That's what I was thinking about this. Like, why do we make you come to the front?
So you can teach us about things and then send us off so we don't annoy you anymore?
That is very close. The second part is definitely correct. The thing, no. The second part is definitely wrong. The first part is almost there. You're almost there. It's because I love having conversation with you. I like the interaction, the conversation, the back and forth, the
It's called banter.
banter. Yes, I love the banter. And you know who doesn't like to banter with me?
Them.
Those people. Yes. Yeah. They don't want to banter. They don't want to banter. And they don't want to have to stand or sit in front of people. I mean, look at Perry and Linda too. Like, they're always at the front. They're always in front of people. Do you mind them staring at you? Do you feel self-conscious about playing, with them? And not at all? Yeah. Do you know what I would really love to do one Sunday? I'd like to take out all of those chairs and make all of those people sit up here and look out that way.
Then learning together can be up there.
And then,
Learning together can be up there.
yeah, we'd do it up there. Yeah. Because we could do it anywhere, right?
And then we can stare at them.
Yes, exactly.
Live.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
And where will we put the camera then?
Oh, that's a good point. We could all have GoPros on our head. And then Graham could manage all of those cameras. And yeah,
Yeah.
that would work.
He'd need to create some sort of machines to
He'd need a
press all the
machine.
buttons.
Yeah. The thing is, we call this thing, quite intentionally, many churches call this time the children's time, or, story time, or, something like that, which is really fine, I guess.
Call it learning together.
But we call it learning together because I think we're all learning together. But who's participating in that the most?
Me.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
You're here all the time.
Yeah. But it's you guys that are having the conversation with me about it, right? And so they're just sitting there watching, right? Why not? Sorry, that was just we're not allowed to speak. So for anybody who's watching, by the way, feel free to comment anytime. But also, yes, you are. We have this idea that there's a way, and that way is y'all sit out there facing this way, and up here we do all the stuff, and y'all just kind of sit there and maybe sing or something, but that's what we do. And I think, wouldn't it be really cool if we could actually have conversation rather than just me telling you stuff?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Remember when you read us the big instruction book for loving everyone?
Yes.
That was just like a cover taped on another book.
No, it's a real book, yeah. It's a real book.
It's a real book.
You should give it to me, and then I'll come back with it.
I should give it to you and then you come back with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to read the whole thing?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah. It's a real book. I didn't make it up.
It's real.
Look it up now.
So are these conversations, which is quite exactly the point. There's a story we tell of how Jesus called the first disciples, right? And the way we sometimes tell that story is simply, Jesus went to these guys who were fishing by the lake and said, hey, stop fishing for like real fish, come with me, and we'll go and fish for people. And they dropped everything and went with Jesus. Why do you think they did that?
They were brave.
Sure, that's a good answer. They were brave. Do you think maybe there's more to the story than just Jesus said, come on, and they dropped everything? Do you think maybe there was some conversation there? Do you think maybe Jesus talked to them a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you think maybe they got to know Jesus a little bit? Yes.
a little bit.
Yes. A little bit. I think we sometimes tell stories about Jesus where we just kind of go, Jesus said, and then we move on. And I think what really happened was Jesus said some stuff, and then somebody in the crowd said some stuff, and then Jesus said some more stuff. And they had a little bit of a back and forth, a little bit of a conversation.
But since Jesus didn't write the Bible, and
Somebody else wrote the stories, right?
and no one else heard the person who said something in the crowd.
Maybe it was because Jesus was sitting at the front with just the disciples, and the person who said stuff was in the crowd and didn't have a mic. That's why the person telling the story didn't hear it.
You can hear them pretty well anyway.
Yeah, you can. They yell sometimes too, don't they? Yeah.
Well, we have pretty good.
Way back, someone way back there, say something, and let's see if we can hear you.
And not a sound was heard. The crickets, just crickets. See, I think that's one of the things that we tell these stories about Jesus, like Jesus stood there, said stuff, and nobody participated. And I think people really did, and not just the disciples. I think people really, they had conversation with Jesus. That's how we learn, right? Jesus might have said stuff, and somebody in the crowd might have said, but wait a minute, what do you mean by that? Like, when you say this, what does that mean? Or they might have said something like, well, that's really great, Jesus, but in my life, I this. And then Jesus would go, oh, I hear what you're saying. How about this then? Like, there'd be some conversation.
So I hear what you're saying. But what do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, wouldn't it be great if we could read stories about Jesus where it wasn't Jesus and the disciples talking, that it was Jesus and all the people talking? Because really, that's what the stories are about. They're about Jesus talking to all of us, not just disciples, not just the people in the story. The stories of Jesus speak to everybody, right? And that's the thing. So I would like to really think about this whole business of, how do you guys feel about coming to the front? Are you okay with that? Do you like it?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I like the banter a lot.
You like the banter? How about you?
Sure.
How about you guys? Banter?
Yeah.
You're okay with coming to the front? Okay with coming to the front? Kind of. Okay.
Banter.
Yeah. As long as you can have fun, right? At the front? Yeah. That's the important piece.